In sport, where success is measured by records and wins, there are some records that can be rather lonely, like the record of Sally Little. For 34 years, Little was the only South African woman golfer who was a major winner. That was until Sunday, when Ashleigh Buhai won the Women's British Open at the iconic Muirfield in Scotland. She joins us now from Cape Town. A very good evening. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Thank you, Valen. I'm so excited to speak to you, and thanks for, contacting me because, yes, it was a lonely 34 years. I'm so proud of Ashleigh's accomplishments.
She had a fantastic weekend, and heading into that final round, it looked as if she just needed to stay focused on what she'd been doing for the previous 3 rounds, and she would be the victor. But it all seemed to fall apart on that 15th hole. How did you experience watching her?
Well, I don't have any nails left, put it that way. But, people don't realize the amount of concentration to play golf just for 1 round. And to have a 5-shot lead, it's daunting in the sense that you come out with a different game plan. You just can't help it. You're trying to protect the lead. And with a 5-shot lead, I mean, my gosh, it's a different kind of momentum. It's like I never really did too well in the lead. I always like to come, to be in place to win. The last round, to me, was when I could really go for it. But when you got that 5-shot lead, it plays games with you mentally.
And you had 15 LPGA victories. 4 of those were won with a playoff hole. Can you imagine having to play 4 in a row as Ashleigh did?
Well, it's amazing because, I do not know Ashleigh that well, but she's been seasoned. She's played the LPGA now. She's seasoned in the sense that she's found her rhythm. And for her, yes, we all have bad holes. And you've got to be proud because she's got a very, very good short game. And as you know, she's a great bunker player. And it was so impressive how she held herself together. And to make that bunker shot that she made was exceptional. And just shows that she's found her gait, she's found her rhythm to play competitively and win. And sometimes people take a little bit longer than others. And I feel that now Ashleigh will go on to be an incredible winner on the LPGA Tour and worldwide as well.
Through your work with the Sally Little Golf Trust, you've got an amazing program running in Maitland, so you get to see firsthand what grassroots golf development is actually all about here in South Africa and specifically in the Western Cape. What does this victory of Ashleigh's mean for South African women's golf?
Well, we've been waiting for this. It's, for me, 34 years to not have another one was always so frustrating for me. And, when you think about it, I'm so excited because Ashleigh's 33 now. There are a lot of young girls that will want to be an Ashleigh. I never had an Ashleigh to look up to. I had a Gary Player, which is kind of incredible. There was never any female superstars from South Africa when it comes to professional golf. So hopefully she'll be the Pied Piper and start to create interest, in South Africa that, yes, our young women can be like the men. Ernie had a Gary. So understand every 5 or 6 years, the men had someone that they wanted to aspire to be. So now we got these young girls that would want to aspire to be an Ashleigh. So we need to get to a place where we have so many young girls that really want to play golf internationally, but they need to be taught properly here in South Africa. They need to be coached properly here. It's completely different. You don't take a young girl and throw her into a school of 50,000 unless she's prepared to go to the US and learn to play at a college, they get lost. So the preparation needs to start here. And for me, my focus, my trust, my foundation that I have here is to use golf as the platform for higher education. And the platform for what we're trying to do, I would like to take it throughout South Africa. I am in the Western Cape doing it alone, and it's time now that South Africa steps up for women's golf.
Sally, the women's golfing landscape has also changed dramatically since when you played. Ashleigh won over $1 million for her triumph in Scotland this past weekend. What was your prize check when you won in 1988 in Canada?
It was $75,000.
Oh.
But everything's relative, you know. I wouldn't change what I experienced I played the LPGA on tour for 28 years, and I would never change that experience. I think it's unbelievable that Ashleigh has won $1 million. It's about bloody time. You know, people don't understand what it takes to really win a golf tournament at that level. You know, when you look at the entries just for an Open or a US Open, 10,500 people enter to try and get a spot to play in those events. And the dedication that you have to give, I mean, look at Ashleigh's career. She's 33 now, and she stuck it out. You've got to be proud, because only 150 women can play on that tour. And out of how many? So it's a remarkable feat, and all I can say, I wish for her that she will take it to the next level now, to get girls involved from the side. The LPGA is already here. They've invested in me to bring. We are now the 22nd chapter of the LPGA for girls golf, the foundation. So here we start, and who knows in 10 years what we're going to have.
As much as there's been an increase in the prize purse that we saw at the British Open, was a 26% increase to what we saw the women receive in 2021. It still pales in comparison to the men's game.
Well, you know, let's start somewhere, because I've been back in South Africa then for over 10 years now. I never saw women's golf on television at all. It used to really knock me because I know how talented they are. Never saw it. So now all of a sudden, all my friends, my male friends that play golf alongside of me, they're all watching women's golf. So it has to start somewhere. And I understand it's all, you know, everything's relative. So now all of a sudden the women's US Open was for $10.5 million. The purse. Are you kidding me? That's so exciting. And, you know, with the likes of the new commissioner from the LPGA, they've joined forces with the LET. So here comes a solid foundation from Europe, USA. We're not all spread apart. South Africa needs a real drive for funding here as well. And hopefully it's going to happen with the likes of Ashleigh winning. It'll show sponsors how valuable it is to watch women's golf, because they are exciting.
Sally Little, a two-time major winner, thank you so much for chatting to us here on Newzroom Afrika. We appreciate your time, and that is how we come to the end of your Focusing on Sport for this hour. More on News at 5.